What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quarter. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. I know someone who's not having a wonderful day, and that is Disney, as they need to cut massive expenses. They've been laying off top talent at places like ESPN, rolling back their programming on Marvel and Star Wars, and now they're considering selling off entire streaming properties. That's how bad it is for Disney. Their theme park attendance is at an all-time low. The waits are at all-time littles. There's less of a wait at Disney theme parks right now than there was during the COOF. That's how bad it is for Disney. Okay, people have decided, and they're going to pretend that, oh, it's just this Saturday. I think wrong. Disney got greedy. That's part of it. But another part of it is that people are sick of it. People don't want to give money to Disney anymore. And why should they? Their product is watered down. Their park is overly politicized, and their writers and staff hate regular Americans. Why would we give them money? Why on earth would we give them money? By the way, this video, speaking of protecting your assets, is sponsored by Goldco. Up until now, the digital dollar, or CBDC, has been nothing but a headline. But right now, things are developing at a rapid pace. It started with a sweeping executive order by the Biden administration, and now central banks are even hiring for their development. Here's the thing. A digital dollar can be used to track your purchases, control what you buy, and even seize or freeze your assets. That's why it's critical you protect your money with precious metals like gold and silver. I've partnered with the top-rated precious metals company, Goldco, because they're a great company with an amazing reputation. Right now, they're giving you up to $10,000 in free silver while supplies last. Plus, all qualified callers this week will receive a free Ronald Reagan silver coin. Don't wait until all of your money's under Biden control. Go to quarteringgold.com. That's quarteringgold.com to learn how you get started today. Link in the description. Breaking. Bob Iger considering selling off streaming services and other assets, may try to sell entire Disney company. What? The Walt Disney Company's CEO Bob Iger is looking to sell some of the company's TV and streaming assets, and may even be considering selling the entire company. Bloomberg reported on the potential sales, referencing Iger's now famous Squawk Box interview. The interview, conducted by David Faber, was held at a media conference in Sun Valley, Idaho, and Iger's comments about the writers and actor strikes have gone viral. But during the interview, he also agreed with Faber that ABC and its local stations may not be the core of the Walt Disney Company. Faber speculated about the possible sale and said, "We have to be open-minded and objective about those futures of those businesses," Bloomberg says. With cable TV on the decline, Iger wants to sell most of Disney's TV assets, mainly ABC, Freeform, and FX. Disney streaming services have been losing money and subscribers. Disney Plus lost 4 million subscribers last quarter alone. Streaming is expected to have hit a total loss of $800 million in just the third quarter. Think about that. Disney Plus has been a complete failure. How do you screw that up? How do you screw up Disney Plus when you have a catalog of some of the most iconic films in history? Films that are babysitter level. You put it on, you get 2 free hours away from your kids. How are you not selling Disney Plus? 4 million subscribers lost. And by the way, that number is going to continue to balloon, in my opinion, because when Disney Plus launched, conveniently, they knew exactly when the entire world was going to shut down. What a coincidence. Everyone signed up for it because everyone was at home. This is what's happening. Everyone was at home. They had nothing else to do. Entire cities were shut down. So every streaming service, people signed up for it, and it was a bonanza. Now, everything's back open, and people are having their budgets are getting reevaluated. Money's tight. Inflation is high. So people are looking at these streaming services and thinking, wait a minute. I remember when I switched away from cable because it was costing me $120 a month, and I didn't feel like that was valuable enough. And now I'm spending $140 a month on streaming services. This is something I predicted would happen. The thing I predicted would happen that hasn't happened yet is that people will return to cable. But that hasn't happened yet. That may never happen. According to Bloomberg, Iger wants to completely sell or restructure Disney TV's and streaming business in India too. This is actually where Disney Plus had its biggest losses. Disney Plus and Hotstar, the region's version of Disney Plus, lost streaming rights to the Indian Premier League cricket matches, leading to the service losing 3.8 million subscribers in one quarter in quarter one, and 4.6 million additional in quarter two. That's nearly 10 million subscribers gone. Iger does plan to hold on to Hulu, and Disney will launch a combined app for Hulu and Disney Plus later this year. The streaming services will still have their own separate apps, of course. Disney will more than likely have to buy Comcast's 33% stake in Hulu in 2024. Wells Fargo analyst Steve Cahill says selling Disney TV networks could get them about $8 billion, which could help offset the cost of the last third. Potential buyers would be financial entities like private equity firms. Iger wants to hang on to ESPN, but is looking for a partner for the sports network. Potential partners include companies like Apple. Speaking of Apple, there's been rumors since Iger's return last November that he will sell all of Disney to the tech company. At the time, Iger called these rumors nothing more than speculation, but the sale seems to still be a possibility. Bob Iger isn't known for selling. During his first tenure at Disney CEO, he acquired Pixar, Marvel, and Lucasfilm, all which have been successful purchases. Well, are they still? It's also worth noting that Iger got his start not just in TV, but in ABC. He began working for the network in 1974, long before it was acquired by Disney. He performed menial labor on TV sets and worked his way up through the ranks. He was named head of ABC Entertainment in 1989, and he was the president until 93 or whatever. When Walt Disney Company acquired ABC in 1995, they acquired Iger, and he worked his way up to the CEO of the entire company over the next 10 years. This guy's actually got a pretty good track record. I mean, if Iger sells, this is wild. Bob Iger shifts from building an empire to a Disney yard sale. Netflix just had its biggest month in years, and Disney's looking to sell its TV assets. What does this mean for the future of Hollywood? Well, it's going to get even worse because Disney Plus isn't going to have any new programming. I would predict maybe they open up the Disney Vault and get like some of these programs back on Disney Plus. I don't know. It's wild. And the thing is, to make Disney Plus a long-term success, they needed to continually add. This is all trickle down, by the way. So, in the many ways Disney Plus works, okay? 1, long-term sticky Star Wars programming. Epic fail. They had The Mandalorian. It was good for a little while. They got rid of Gina Carano. A bunch of people left. And on top of that, who's even talking about The Mandalorian anymore? Who? When's the last person you heard on the street talk about The Mandalorian or any of the other Star Wars shows on Disney? Nobody watches them. They don't share those numbers, but I'm telling you, nobody watches them. Then you have Marvel. You could have had great Marvel programming. What did they give you? She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, Secret Invasion, all this crap. That again, nobody watches. Now, just so I don't, if you enjoy this shows, I'm not like coming after you. I'm just talking about their viewership, their viewership numbers. If you like them, watch them. Don't, and you shouldn't have to feel bad about it or anything like that. But the fact of the matter, Marvel streaming has been a failure. Star Wars streaming has been a failure. They have all these iconic properties and they just couldn't figure out streaming because I think they were more concerned with the message than they were with actually putting out high quality programming. To me, that's just obvious. Now, maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong, but that's what I think. You have June was Netflix's best quarter of domestic growth in years. About 3.5 million people signed up for Netflix in the United States alone last month, an increase of more than 100% in its recent averages. Well, that also has to do with the removal of password sharing. just, in full disclosure. But I mean, Disney CEO says the studio is shifting away from Marvel and Star Wars because they've failed. They failed to make them entertaining streaming services. They failed to make them good. And that's shocking to me. They bought Fox. Where the heck is the Wolverine origin story? Where's the Gambit show? Where's the Storm origin story? Storm Origins. Eye of the Storm. Storm Origins. The problem is they have all these great IPs, but they don't know how to actually make a good show. That's the thing. Like Dave Filoni got a lot of credit for The Mandalorian, okay, and I'm not saying the guy's an idiot, but they're spread too thin, and even a great talent. How is he supposed to have an impact on 10 different shows at once? And this Disney stock hits lowest close of 2023. This was yesterday, my friends. Walt Disney stock ended Monday 3.5% lower to $85.56, while the S&P was up. Disney was the second worst performer in the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and that was up 0.2. Only Verizon Communications stock, down 7.5, had fallen more. Disney stock is up just 1.7% from its 52-week closing low of $84.17 back on December 28. Shares have struggled in recent months as investors worry about the volatile media landscape, the Hollywood writers and actors strikes, and the near-term growth of Disney's theme park businesses. Which again, like I said, this headline, Disney theme parks surprisingly empty this summer as ticket prices remain high. It's not just that. It's that they wanted to get political. They wanted to get woke. Well, there you go. There you go. You'd be better off investing your money in precious metals. Remember to check out quarteringgold.com for their free special offer this week only. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.